And then I read that play, and I realize that this is the community's going to be a better place, because if we do this play, the world's going to be a better place if we do this play.
These are contemporary plays. These are not traditional plays that you would see like South Pacific or something like that. Why does Richmond keep coming back to that?
Because I think despite the fact that the city is traditional and sometimes conservative, there's a total market for people who are looking for the exact opposite. Any place that you find a city that's being labeled traditional, conservative, you know, etc., there's always going to be people who are craving that, because if you're in a city that's traditional or conservative, they're not getting that anywhere else. So this is the only venue that's providing that.
Here among us today, Mr. Clevenger, you've just built the Firehouse Theatre. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to Disneyland.
All right.
What's the value of being in an old building like this with all its creaks and all its imperfections?
When you can find a space that already exists and you turn it into something new, that's art.
This space has character itself. I mean, everyone who's walked on the stage knows there's a hole in that wall there that at any time it'll just crumble out in the middle of your performance. We also know that magically this last step right here may disappear for no apparent reason during a performance, and everyone's missed that step. There's a sweet spot on the stage up center that you can project, and you need no microphones or anything. It's just beautiful, and that the steps in the back are deadly.
Yeah.
You will kill yourself
But
in the back.
you know where every creak is.
You know where every creak is.
You know where to step and where not.
You know what? So and that you can't have in a new facility. I enjoy those little Easter eggs, those nest eggs. Nuances, yeah.
We're all sitting where the Bloodmobile used to park.
Yeah. We're sitting right here.
The Bloodmobile
Really?
all these seats we're sitting in had to be moved out of the way. We had to call the city, hey, we're doing a play. Can you move the Bloodmobile and the Healthmobile and the service vehicle? Okay, backed them out, set the seats up.
Right.
I mean, then you do the play, then move it all back, and then here comes the Healthmobile, came in again.
When I was 8 years old, because I lived around here, this is the firehouse that I came to get my bike licensed. Yeah. I remember coming in here as a little kid, and the fireman, oh, great new bike, and got stolen like a week later.
I think the fact the close proximity to the stage, the uniqueness of the feel, I talk to people and I say there's a show at the Firehouse Theatre, and if they're not familiar with the theater, and when I describe it to them, they go, I gotta check that out, because they'll say it's a theater and it's actually in an old firehouse. So part of the draw for first-time audience members is they go, how did they accomplish that? How did they, they walk in and they see the fire pole. They see these sort of aesthetic things that they say, this is a really unique environment. I've never been in some place like this before.
Why has this theater survived for 15 years?
Because it was new and now it's somewhat more established. The Firehouse has become a brand. That niche is its own brand. So when you say there's a Firehouse production, the populace tends to have an expectation of what they're going to get. It's not going to be traditional.
I mean, it stayed true to itself. I mean, it had to find its niche when it first started, and it has always stayed true to itself. It has never sold itself out, and has always been exactly what it intended to be.
The woman brings her husband to the play and he falls asleep or something like that. And there's a part of me that really hates theater. I mean, I go to stuff and I walk out, or I fall asleep, or I get angry because it's so bad. So that you pick good plays, but then you damn well better do them well. Right. And I think Firehouse does that.
God, there's just no better kick than to walk out onto this stage and you can see the audience, and you can feel the vibe. I hate to sound so dated, but you can just feel the energy coming back at you in this theater.
The audience, especially in this place, is what teaches you a lot. And I'm still learning stuff on the very last performance of the show here more than anywhere else.
Discovering things,
aren't you? And it's really neat. I mean, you can rehearse till you're blue in the face, but the audience is going to be what teaches you.
Every night it's a little different. You'll never see the same show, the snowflake theory. You're never going to see the same show every night, and that is the last great saving grace of live theater as we compete with everything else that comes down. What's going to save theater? And that's what's being practiced at the Firehouse. It's a little different every night. It's communal every time, and the experience can be different for every person who ever walks in the space and leaves the space. And that's what's going to save theater ultimately.